So I'm back with a new video. In this video, let us solve the problem of removing the vowels from a string. So to solve this problem, let us take an example first. Let us say the string is nerdy. Now here if you see, we are having only a single vowel, which is E. So we need to remove this vowel and the output should be NRDY. So to solve this problem, the approach will be that first we will convert this string to an array. So to convert this string into an array, we can use the array.from method. Now on the resultant array that we get as a result of array.from, we will apply the filter method and we will remove all the characters that are vowels in this string and only protect those characters that are consonants. Now here we also need to maintain the order of the characters that we have in our original string. So if E gets eliminated, the order should still get preserved. So the output should be NRDY, right? So feel free to try this question on your own using any programming language of your choice. So let us try this out now. So right here, let us define a function, remove vowels, and this will take on a string as an argument. Let me call this right here as well. So with nerdy as the argument. So here, let us write a simple line of code to remove the vowels from our string. So for this, I will first convert the string to a array using the array.from method, and this takes on an iterable. So here we can pass on our string and then apply a filter method. And here let us call the function is consonant that I will define in just a minute. And here we expect to get consonants. And whatever consonants we get back, we will log them to the console as a first step. So here let us define a function to check whether a character is a consonant or not. So this filter method, as we know, will give us a character each time that is there in our array. So here we can pass on a character, and the only check that we need to place here is that the passed character should not be an A, should not be an E, should not be an I, should not be an O, and also it should not be a U. So here let us say const character to check. Let us first convert the character to lowercase, and here let us simply write our check in this return statement. So if the character to check is not small a, then double and character to check is not small e, and let me copy this, small I, small o, and small u. The current character for which this is consonant method gets called is not any of these characters, which are small a, small e, I, o, and u. Then it is a consonant, right? So all such consonants should be returned back to us in this variable, which is consonants, and we simply log them to the console. So let us first try this out. Okay, so you can see we are getting N, R, D, and Y, and there is no E. So we have successfully eliminated E. Now we want the result to be a string instead of this array. So for this, what we can do is we can simply use the join method to convert this array to a string. So consonants.join, and here we need to specify a separator. So here we can say single quotes, and now since we are returning something here, we need to collect it right here. So const result. So here let us log the resultant string is result. So let us run our file now. So now you can see the resultant string is NRDY. So this is how we can solve the problem of removing the vowels from a string. So let us quickly do a dry run for this code before we wrap up with this video. Now here let us take an example. So I will use capital N and nerdy. So this is what we will pass to our remove vowels function. Now the first thing that we do here is that we apply the array.from method, and this transforms this given string to an array. So something like this. So capital N, small e, small r, small d, and small y. Now on this array we apply the filter method, and inside the filter method we define this callback function that checks whether the character that we get each time from this array is a consonant or not. So for whatever character this check returns true, that character is protected, and for whatever character this check returns false, that character gets eliminated from our array of these characters. Makes sense? So for the very first character, which is capital N, we convert it to the lowercase, so it becomes small n. Now small n is not equal to any of these characters, so all these checks are true. This resolves to true. So in the new array that we get as a result of this entire line, we'll first have capital N, then we move forward to the second character. Now this is a vowel, so here this check will fail because E is definitely equal to E. So here we will have a false, and this entire check will then resolve to false. So we will skip this character and move forward to the third character. So this character is definitely not equal to any of these, so hence a true for this, and we protect this character, so it comes right here in our consonants array. Now this is also a consonant, so this will also come. For y is not equal to any of these characters, so y will also come. And once we are done with the entire array, we simply log it to the console and then apply the join method on the array, and this will give us the output as nrdy. So let me show you this again. If I turn this small n to capital N and then run the code, you can see this gives us capital N, then small r, then small d, small y, and the resultant string is this. So this is how we can remove vowels from a string